Hello, my name is Diana, and I'm 25 years old. The incidents I'm going to tell you about happened a couple of years ago. They involve my ex-fiancé Zach and his sister Eva. Eva and I were friends before I started dating Zach. We worked together at the same coffee shop and quickly became close. When we met, I was a senior in high school, and she was in her final year of college. Despite the age gap, we bonded over our shared time off and often hung out outside of work hours. Before you think it's odd that I started dating Eva's brother, I had no idea she even had one. We rarely talked about our families and only ever mentioned our parents. I met Zach in my second year of university. By then, Eva had moved to another state for work, and I missed her terribly. We still kept in touch, calling each other every other day. Eva had been both a friend and a mentor to me, helping me through college and teaching me how to socialize, as I was quite shy and antisocial. Eva suggested that frat parties were the best way to meet people. Even though I wasn't big on parties, I decided to give it a try because I hadn't made many friends in my first 2 years of college. At the party, I felt overwhelmed by the crowd and loud music, so I sat down on a couch to catch my breath. That's when Zach sat next to me. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked, noticing my discomfort. "Yeah, I'm fine," I replied. "Did you drink too much or did you drink something uncovered?" "Oh no, I didn't drink anything. I'm very sober." "That's a shame. Is this your first time at a party?" "Yeah, how could you tell?" "Well, you look like you'd rather be anywhere else but here." "Okay, that's fair. I'd much rather be back in my room reading a book than being shoved around by sweaty, drunk strangers." "Why are you here then?" "My friend convinced me this was the best way to make friends in college." Like an idiot, I listened to her. There are definitely better ways to make friends. "Where's your friend? Shouldn't she be keeping you company?" "She's a few years older and in a different state right now." "That's rough. Hey, do you want to maybe grab some burgers and milkshakes?" "I don't have a car, so that's not possible." "Don't worry, I have a car. I can drive us." "I don't think it's smart for you to drive if you're drunk." "I'm not drunk. I'm abstaining from alcohol at the moment. I partied too hard last week, and the aftermath was not pretty." "I don't believe you." "All right then, there's a great little burger joint a bit away from campus. You up for a walk?" Just as I was about to turn Zach down, a drunk girl fell on top of me, laughing loudly. I helped her up and then turned back to Zach, agreeing to the walk. The burger joint was a 40-minute walk from campus, but it didn't feel that long. Zach and I got to know each other better during the walk. He was in his second year as well, studying finance while I was studying marketing. We discovered we were from the same part of the city. When we arrived at the burger joint, we were ravenous and ate as if we hadn't seen food in days. We grew more comfortable with each other as time passed. On the walk back to campus, we laughed so much and leaned on each other for support, appearing as if we were drunk. Zach walking back to my dorm room and hugged me goodbye. We exchanged numbers and promised to meet again. I was on cloud nine. Not only had I made a new friend, but I had also found a guy I genuinely liked. I had dated a few guys in high school, but I had never been this excited about anyone. For the first time in my life, I was looking forward to college. It had always been something I dreaded, thinking I'd never fit in. But meeting Zach felt like the start of something new. I couldn't wait to tell Eva about my night with him. I texted her and asked if we could hop on a video call. About half an hour later, we were face to face, and one look at my expression told Eva that something big had happened. "What happened?" "Don't hide anything." "I know something good happened," she demanded. "Well, I took your advice." "Oh my God, did you go to the party against my better judgment?" "I hated it, Eva." "Oh well, at least you tried." "I'm sorry I suggested it. Maybe you could meet someone in the library instead." "Stop it, let me finish." I was very uncomfortable at the party. I sat on the couch like the loner I was until a guy sat next to me and started talking. "Oh, did he do something bad?" "If he touched you inappropriately, I'll fly back and beat the hell out of him." No, Eva. He was actually worried because he thought my drink got spiked." "Oh wow, that was not what I was expecting out of a guy at a frat party. It's good to hear that though." "Yeah, and you know what's even more shocking? He wasn't drunk. He was just a genuinely nice guy." "What? That's insane. What's his name?" "His name is Zach." "Huh, my brother has the same name. Maybe this is a sign that I'll always be near you and you can never get rid of me." "Oh, shut up, Eva. Anyways, did you guys become friends? I think so. We went on a long walk to this burger joint, got burgers and milkshakes, and laughed a lot. We exchanged numbers. If that doesn't mean there's potential to be friends, I don't know what does. Look at you go. I'm so glad you had a good time. I probably should have told you not to go to a party by yourself, but at least it ended well. Even though I listened to you, I feel like I should tell you that I absolutely hated the party. I enjoyed walking for nearly 2 hours more than sitting in a room full of drunk people. Whatever. The only thing I'm taking away from this story is that I was right and you should listen to me more. I was genuinely happy, and Eva was happy for me too. It felt like things were changing, and boy did they change after that. Zach texted me the next day and asked if I wanted to meet up again after classes. Of course, I was down. For the first time since starting college, I was going out for fun, not just for assignments. Zach and I had another great time, and on our way back to campus, he asked if I'd like to meet his friends. I was nervous but figured if I managed to meet someone as amazing as Zach by luck, meeting more people wouldn't hurt. I met his friend group over the weekend, and they were surprisingly easy to get along with. They made me feel welcome without trying too hard. By the time we were heading back to our dorms, I felt like we had all grown closer in just a few hours. These people became a regular part of my life. They were from different departments, but some of us shared classes, and we all met at a particular table on the lawn during lunch hour. Suddenly, college didn't seem like a tedious task I had to complete alone. As for Zach and me, we went on many more dates. Soon we realized we had feelings for each other, but neither of us made a move. Finally, one day, Zach invited me on a fancy dinner date and asked me to be his girlfriend. I was ecstatic and said yes. We shared our first kiss on the way back home, and I felt like I was floating when I returned to my dorm room. I knew Eva would love to hear about this development. She had been rooting for Zach and me to be a couple, constantly urging me to make a move. Though I was too scared to do it myself, she would be thrilled to hear that Zach and I were together. I called her up to share the good news. "What's up?" she asked. "I have some amazing news for you." "Oh, you know I love good news. Tell me everything." Well, Zach asked me out on a proper date yesterday, I shared with Eva. "A proper date? Haven't all your solo hangouts actually been dates?" she asked. "No, I mean we went to this fancy restaurant for dinner. I got dressed up for it." "No way. It's crazy that I didn't get to see you all dolled up." "Wow, you really are growing up. Stop acting like you're my mom. What do you even mean by that?" "I practically raised you at this point," she said with a laugh. "All right, drama queen." Anyways, as I was saying, Zach and I had a good time, and after dinner, he asked me to be his girlfriend. "What? That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. How are you feeling?" "Like I'm levitating. I still can't believe this is real." "Well, it is real, and you better enjoy it as much as you can." "Oh, I definitely will." For the next 3 years, Zach and I grew more comfortable with each other. Our relationship felt like something straight out of a movie. There wasn't a single day that I was sad when I was with him. The only small issue we had was that Zach still wanted to live with his parents while I wanted us to live together. His main argument was that he was saving money so we could splurge when we got married, so I let it go. I hadn't officially introduced Eva and Zach to each other yet. Zach wasn't a big fan of phone calls, so they had only talked a few times. Then Eva told me she was coming back. I was ecstatic to have my best friend back after 4 years. She had found a better job in our town and thought it would be great to be closer to family and me. When Eva returned, she came over to my place for a sleepover. We geeked out about her being back and caught up on everything that had happened in our lives since she left. We made plans for Eva and Zach to meet that weekend. I was sure they'd like each other. When the weekend came, I walked into the cafe first and greeted Eva. "Hey, Eva." "Hello, how are you?" "All good. What about you?" "I'm good, but I could be better." "Where's your man?" "Zach's parking the car. He'll be here in a second." "Oh, there he is." As Zach walked in, Eva's face changed. "Hold on, that's Zach." "Yes." "Why, Eva? What are you doing here?" Zach said, equally surprised. "I could ask you the same thing." "Hello, could one of you explain what's going on here?" I asked, confused. "Diana, out of all the people in this world, I can't believe you're dating him," Eva exclaimed. "Yeah, well, I can't believe you managed to befriend Eva out of everyone on earth," Zach responded. One of you will either explain or I'm leaving, I said, frustrated. Remember how I told you your boyfriend had the same name as my brother? Well, you are dating my brother. What? But you don't even have the same last names. He's my half-brother, but still. You managed to do something crazy, Eva said, shaking her head. Eva explained that her mom had died when she was young. Her dad remarried Zach's mother, and then they had Zach. I couldn't believe how everything had lined up so perfectly. Never in a million years would I have thought that I was actually dating Eva's brother. At least he was someone she could vouch for. About a year after Eva returned, Zach proposed to me. I obviously said yes, and we began planning our wedding. I told Eva about our engagement, but she seemed upset. When I asked her if something was wrong, she quickly changed the topic. Concerned, I talked to Zach about it, and he agreed that her behavior was odd. He tried talking to her, but she became hostile and told him to leave her alone. This went on for months, and eventually Eva and I were barely speaking. It felt like I had lost a really good friend, and I hated it. I had been busy with the wedding and work, and I hadn't had time to sit down and talk to her properly. One day, I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and invited her over to my place. Eva, can you please talk to me? What's going on? Why are you suddenly ignoring me? I really don't want to do this to you. What? What are you talking about? Just tell me if I did something wrong. Did I upset you in any way? No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just dealing with something big, and I don't know how to talk about it. Am I not your friend? You can talk to me about anything. I really wish I could tell you this, but it's very different. It'll break you, Diana. I don't care. I just want my best friend back. Zach is also very worried about you. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's got other things to worry about. What are you talking about? Never mind. Please don't leave me hanging like this, Eva. It's killing me. I feel like I'm losing you. I promise you're not going to lose me. I just need to find a way to explain things to you and get even with who I'm angry at. Could I at least get a hint about who you're angry at? No, that will only make things worse for you. Just trust me to handle things the right way. I'm terrified, but I trust you, Eva. Eva barely spoke to me after that. She didn't participate in any wedding planning and even refused to be my maid of honor. I was heartbroken. I trusted that Eva wouldn't leave me hanging. The months passed, and soon it was the day of Zach and my wedding. Just as it was almost time for me to walk down the aisle, Eva texted me, asking me to meet her in the alley behind the hall. Confused and concerned, I asked why she couldn't come to my room. She insisted it was important that no one saw her. Whatever she wanted to tell me sounded urgent. I informed one of my bridesmaids that I'd be a few minutes late and went to find Eva. I found Eva pacing back and forth in the alley. She quickly walked up to me, grabbed my hand, and placed a USB in it. Before I could ask her what it was for, she told me I needed to play the video on the USB and expose her brother. I was baffled and scared, but I trusted Eva. I instructed one of the staff to give the USB to the person in charge of the presentations on the projector, with instructions to play it as soon as I walked down the aisle. 2 minutes later, my heart racing, I walked down the aisle. Zach looked at me with awe, tears running down his face. Despite my fears, I hoped he had done nothing wrong. As I reached the altar, the video started playing. The crowd gasped. When I turned around, my stomach dropped. The video showed Zach and my bridesmaid, Celeste, making out and touching each other all over in his portion of the venue just hours before the wedding. I dropped my bouquet and ran out of the hall. Zach followed me. Diana, wait. What the hell? Zach, I promise it's not what it looks like. Not what it looks like. Your hands were all over her, and your faces were practically melded together. It was a moment of weakness. A moment of weakness right before our wedding. Really, Zach? At least come up with better excuses. Okay, fine. Celeste and I started messing around 2 years ago. Great. So while you were professing your love for me, you were sleeping with your best friend. We drank a little too much, and one thing led to another. You're disgusting. Why would you keep me in the dark for so long? What did you expect me to say? You'd have left me instantly and told Eva, who would then tell my family. You know, my family is very tolerant of everything except cheating. You know what? You just ruined my life. Why are you getting mad at me when you're facing the consequences of your own actions? You could have come to me privately instead of humiliating me like this. Cry me a river. You deserve this. I'm glad I found out before marrying you. If I hadn't found out, you would have kept it up, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. You're not even sorry for cheating on me. You're only sorry you got caught. You know what? Screw you. I hope you and Celeste are happy now that I'm out of the picture. I walked away and texted Eva to meet me at my place. She arrived a few minutes later, trying to hug me, but I only wanted her to explain things. She told me that after coming back, she stayed with her parents for a while. One night, she heard two pairs of feet shuffling into Zach's room and thought it was me. She got up to talk and tease us for sneaking around, but she walked in on Zach and Celeste. In shock, she didn't grab evidence and just went back to her room. She couldn't look at me without feeling guilty. She tried for months to find evidence, knowing I wouldn't believe her without it. When she finally did, she wanted me to take revenge in the best way possible. I hugged her tightly, grateful she had my back. She apologized repeatedly for keeping it from me, but I understood her reasoning. She stayed with me, consoling me through the shock of my relationship ending. A few months have passed since then. Healing has been a long process. Zach's tried to contact me, but I blocked him everywhere. Eva told me no one in their family was speaking to him, and their parents had kicked him out. Celeste had also dumped him for someone else. It's satisfying to see Zach's life fall apart while mine is getting better, thanks to the one person who always had my back. Cheers to that.